Hello, I'm Yucca, and I will be your new Friday substitute host. Before I jump into the questions, I just want to give you guys a quick introduction. I am a second generation pagan, meaning that I was raised with the core practices and beliefs that I still hold, although as an older person I have developed and brought in and experienced new practices as well. I am a non-theist, meaning I do not believe in any deities, although I occasionally find the idea to be a useful metaphor to work with. And I'm from the desert southwest, and I would consider my practice to be very grounded in the land here, to be a very pragmatic practice, which is really focused on the way in which I relate with the earth and the world around me. So, jump into those questions. Okay. So, this week's topic we've been talking about priestesses and priests, and the question has two components to it. The first is, do you use the term priest or priestess in your path? And secondly, how do you see priesthood and clergy developing given the plethora of paths and traditions that exist? So to really talk about that, I first have to explain what I think of. What does priest or priestess mean to me? And for me, it's a role that can be stepped into. It's really a set of skills that can be practiced and developed in a ritual context, in the context of working with the group to focus intention. And that might be in the situation of a large ritual for a solstice, or perhaps before a political action or something like that. Or it might be a smaller group. It might be more of a one-on-one sort of healing situation. But it's the ability to see and recognize the patterns and to really help it move, direct it in a particular direction or way. So it's something that you don't, for me, I don't think it's something that you necessarily have to be all the time. You can step into it or you can step out of it. So in terms of in my path, my practices tend to be very personal. They have to do with how I live my daily life. How do I relate? And usually, well, here's Megan. How do I relate to this fellow right here? I'm going to show him. I'm very happy to be on camera. How do I relate to the food that I'm eating, to the way that I'm feeling in general? So there's not a lot of opportunity for large ritual situations. It's something that I have had practice and some training in, and would feel comfortable being able to step into that, but not something that really occurs on a regular basis. I do some small circles sometimes with some other women that is very organic in the way that it happens and flows, so I suppose that all of us might be stepping into the role of priestesses in that situation. So the next part would be, how do I see that developing, given the different paths and traditions? Well, I don't see there being the diversity in paths and traditions as really being a barrier or a disadvantage for those things to be developed, because I think that they're a skill set, they're practice, and it's not necessarily based in a specific knowledge. It's not based in have you memorized all of these things. Some practices that might be important, but the ability to recognize patterns and the ability to help shape it and change it is something that really comes with practice. It comes with just doing it and observing how other people do it and adapting it to what works for you. Because what is going to work for you, for me, for instance, it's not going to work for me to get up and start drumming, but I might be able to I can lead through dance is something that I can do, or through through song that I know already by heart, but I'm not the type of person who can get up and suddenly spout things off at the top of their head like another can. But what all of those things have in common is that it is connecting to and leading the energy in a certain way. So the plethora of traditions and paths isn't an obstacle in my mind. I think that we have a really very special opportunity and really great opportunity to be able to develop it in different ways because now, these years, because of the communication that we have that some of our past generations didn't have, that you either learned it one-on-one or from a book. But now one has more ways of observing and more ways of being able to see different perspectives and different ways of doing it, like this channel does, in terms of learning, of seeing ways that they might be able to try it themselves. But in the end, it really is practicing it and taking care of it and doing it yourself to develop that. So I hope that kind of answers the question a little bit, and I will see you guys next subs week. Okay, take care.